All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Dan from United from Abroad. Well, that was shite, wasn't it? 3-0 defeat in the Manchester derby. I don't know where to start. It's it's becoming laughable. I think Amorim's missed a couple of tricks for this game. You had a tap in of quashing a bit of the narrative of Kobe Mainoo playing in the 6, and by just moving Bruno up to the 10 and playing Bruno and Bumo and Sesko, and then starting with Ugarte or Casemiro and Mainoo. I didn't think he was going to play Mainoo, only if Mazraoui start. I think I predicted Mazraoui to start right wing back, and then Ugarte and or Casemiro and Mainoo to play, and Bruno to be in the 10. I thought that would be where he went with it. It was crap. Bringing in a new goalkeeper, Le Mans, and starting with Bayern Deer, and he nearly gave one to Haaland with a bad touch in the first couple of minutes of the game. And, he's not in the best of form. Why not try them on? How worse can it be right now? But I don't want to hear about systems and whether we play a back 4, back 5. We could have had fucking 15 at the back today, and the effort that the boys put in was crap. City still would have won. It's just becoming more and more apparent that, well, it's not becoming more apparent. I've been saying this for ages. The players just aren't good enough to play in any system, no matter who it is. It was all sunshine and rainbows for Ollie for the first bit, and then they sacked him. Every single manager that comes to Manchester United, these players don't play. The recruitment is killing this club. And I thought Luke Shaw was terrible. One of the worst games I've seen him have this season so far, for sure. Bruno gave the ball away every time he got it. It looked like not giving Sesko anything. I'm worried for him that they're going to turn this into he's being Hoylanded, if that's even a real word. The only player that looked like he was going to score for us yesterday was Mbumo. I thought Ugarte had an all right game. I just don't think if you play him Bruno in the 6, it's got to be a Casemiro next to him, but he's not even got the legs. To play a 2-man midfield in the Premier League in this day and age, you need legs. We don't have that. One big area that we missed for recruiting. I love the fact we've got Cunha and Mbumo and Sesko, but we missed out big time on a midfielder. We probably need 2 or 3, because let's be honest, Bruno's not a 6. It doesn't have the defensive mindset to be a 6. If you want him on the ball and picking up balls and spraying it and stuff like that, sure. But he's given away a goal against Fulham, not tracking his man. Didn't track Foden yesterday. He doesn't have that mental capacity to understand where players are going to be in and around those positions. Whereas, I think a Casemiro and Ugarte yesterday, who knows, one of them might have picked up Foden, they might not have done. I might be saying the same thing about them. But I saw some reports that I think Sky Sports are saying, City played through United's system for the goals, and not really, was it? First goal was a great piece of skill from Doku to beat 2 or 3 players, crossed it, got blocked, comes back to him and crossed it again, and Foden's there. Not really playing through the system. Still missed tackles and a cross. They got blocked and a cross again. So, the second goal was from a throw-in, and Nico O'Reilly's megged someone, and it's a lovely little piece of football. Sometimes you've got to say, yeah, it's good football, it's a good goal. And then the third one was just laughable. It's ever more apparent to me that these players haven't got the quality to play for Man United. Over the likes, I like De Ligt, I like Euro, Luke Shaw. He's been here for feels like eternity, and he rarely turns up in big games. Bruno's not a 6. We've taken him out he's our best player. We've taken him away from creating things to have him try and do doggies box to box, and he's not our type of player. We got outnumbered in the midfield. One little tactical change to bring Doku in and kind of create a box in midfield, and it was 3v2 or 4v2 against us in that central area at times. Like, we're not hard to play against. Do I think he should change some of the system? Maybe. I think you've got to be adaptable. I think it was Pep that said when he first came over here, he didn't realise how important second balls were. And, I think I think Amorim's got to be a little bit more adaptable. But yeah, I mean, there's not much else I can say about yesterday's game. It was crap. It really, really was. Is the writing on the wall for him? I'm never going to ask for him to be sacked. I'm hoping and praying that he's the right guy to turn Man United around. Now, there's news came out today that Benfica are trying to get him. The guy that's trying to become the new president of Benfica wants Amorim. He's played for Benfica. There's ties there. He looks a bit like downtrodden. He's not going to change his ways, which is fine to say that. But you've got to adapt your ways. You don't have to change your principles at all. Something has to change. And like he said, is INEOS going to change the man? Because he's not going to change. You know, Jim Ratcliffe's not going to be here for forever. He wants success. Does it mean we're going to get rid of him? I hope not. But it's getting really, really, really close to not being here. Not winning 2 games in a row in the league is awful. Yeah, we're 4 games into a brand new season in the league. Not going to worry so much right now, but we've got to start winning somehow. He's got to be adaptable to change and win some games somehow. That's his job. And if he's not doing his job, he's not doing his job. And the definition of insanity is doing things over and over again and thinking it's going to change. I think he's picking some of the wrong players in the wrong areas and times. And the one thing I thought Mainu was great when he came on yesterday. The one thing that I don't agree with what Amorim said, and is Mainu's fighting with Bruno for the spot in that team. Bruno's not been good this season. He's had a woeful start to the season. Why is Mainu not coming in then? Why is he not starting? Bruno's going to play as the captain, but should he always start just because he's captain? I think he's been poor this season. It's not really a fair race or trial if you're not taking out your captain to play a Manchester lad in a Manchester derby. Yeah, it's just an unfair thing that he said. And I can understand why Cobby wanted to leave and go out on loan. He doesn't want to leave the club, but he wants to play football. He wants to get in the England team. I don't blame him. What I am pissed off about is the fight and commitment from every man on that field yesterday from a Man United perspective. Roy Keane said it. Nicky Butt said it. It's a fucking Manchester derby. Not asking someone to go and break someone's leg. Put yourself about a bit. Fucking leave one late on someone. You could see it from Phil Foden. He was up for that game yesterday. Fucking loves playing against us in the derby. But doesn't help when you've got just Cobby, who's a local lad in the team. Back in the day, we had Nicky Button used to play every fucking derby game. Because from Gorton, and he'd be there and he'd be in and around it. He knew what it meant. He knew what it meant to wake up the next morning and his family going into work and stuff and be like, fucking yeah, we beat City or City beat us, whatever. Those are the moments that local people love. But yeah, I don't know where we go from here. Chelsea at the weekend, Saturday, I believe. Wouldn't mind seeing someone plough for a Garnacho, which is quite funny actually. Did you see the celebration when he didn't even get the assist for Caicedo's goal and giving it the big Ronaldo shoe kind of thing on the side, and then only to not mark his man on the back post for them to equalise? Good luck with that, Chelsea. Yeah, I'm worried for Amorim. Things can't keep going on. INEOS are not known to stick with a man. They've come out and said they're going to stick with him now, but for now, he's got to pick up some points in these next 3 games before the next international break. Otherwise, he's done, and I don't want that. I don't think any rational Man United fan wants that. And if you guys fucking keep moaning about systems and whatever, these players don't play for any manager in any system. They are not good enough. It's that simple. We've got to understand that. We put fucking 15 people in the midfield yesterday. City still would have fucking war for us. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. On to the next one. Chelsea this weekend. Peace.